Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna take a closer look at this Islander linen dial with the reference number ISL-131. This watch is my first ever Islander. To be very frank, I am not keen on Islander watches, but this one is too good to pass for me. The main reason is the dial. It has a linen pattern dial. This kind of dial was made popular by Rolex and Tudor in the past. There are not a lot of linen dials on modern day watches. If you would like to get a vintage linen dial watch, well, be prepared to pay a hefty amount and also be prepared to take risk. I talked about some of the risk and fear in one of my Rolex Oyster Perpetual videos. So if you're interested, you can just hit the link or the card on the top right corner of this video. So let's jump right into the specs of this watch. The watch has a case diameter of 38.5 millimeters when I measured from 2 to 8. The bezel measured at about 35.8 millimeters in diameter. It has a thickness of 10.2 millimeters. The lug-to-lug distance it's about 44.5 millimeters, and it comes with a standard 20 millimeters lug width. The watch has a similar case design to the Seiko Sharp 035. It has a stepped case design where the top is brushed. The sides are high polished. The polishing, I would say they are just okay. Well, of course you can already see some scuff mark because I have been wearing it on and off for a while now. Ignoring the scuff, comparing this to my Sharp, I think the polishing is slightly duller. The step edges are also less well defined, especially near the tip of the lug, especially in this side here. As you can see, there is some kind of a distortion, but overall I think it's still very acceptable for a watch of this price. The brushing is, I would say, okay, not too bad. The watch has a very high polish bezel. I think the polishing is still okay here, and protecting the dial is a flat sapphire crystal with blue anti-reflective coating on the underside. The dial is the real star of the show. It has an off-white dial that looks like a linen shirt, and it really looks amazing. Looking at the automatic text, I'm not sure if it's really showing up. It seems to me that this is what we call a lacquered dial, if I'm not mistaken, where the pattern sits beneath the clear lacquer on the dial. I hope it is really showing up here, because when I'm tilting the watch, you can see that the automatic text sort of like floats above the linen textured dial. This watch has applied hour markers, and they are filled with C3 Super Luminova Lume. The watch has simple baton hands, and there are also C3 Lume on the hour and minute hands as well. The hands are polished and they look to be free of burr, which is good. The hour markers has some sandblasted texture to them. I hope it is really showing off here. And the same goes for that metallic window that is surrounding the date window. In my opinion, the entire watch layout is very well executed. The dial is just amazing. The markers are applied nicely, and having a date window at 6 is the cherry on top for me. It makes the watch very symmetrical. I'm okay with the Islander logo, but I cannot figure out if it's a dark blue or if it's a black. The watch also comes with a very well aligned chapter ring. It is also in matching off-white color. The watch has an exhibition case back. The crystal at the back is also sapphire. I've checked it with my diamond tester to confirm. Inside, we can see a stock Miyota 9015 or 9015 movement. It beats at 28,800 beats per hour. It is rated for -10 to +3 seconds per day. Well, that is the standard rated accuracy. It's hand windable, it's hackable. The only downside is that the rotor only winds the mainspring in one direction. The other direction is kind of like a free spinning direction. So sometimes when you move your wrist the right way, you can get that tornado-like effect. So let's try to see if I can simulate that tornado here. Well, there you go, that's the tornado. Okay, so before I forgot, this is a lume shot of the watch. It is not really very dark here, but as you can see, the lume is okay and they shine in sort of like a greenish hue. The watch comes with a screw down crown and it has a rated water resistance of 100 meters. It has a sign crown and it has that kind of the same Islander logo on it. The crown is about 6.3 millimeters in diameter and it is grippy enough for us to operate, to wind the watch, to set the time and to screw down the crown. This watch comes with a nice dressy vibe Jubilee style bracelet. It has solid end links and all the links are solid. The removable links are held by screws. So overall, it's kind of a very nice Jubilee bracelet. And yes, you do get that same flexibility on a lot of all this Jubilee type bracelet. Well, the only thing that looked kind of funny to me is the way the end links attach to the bracelet. You can see this. Well, this too looks like a walrus fang in my opinion. Yes, so once you've seen it, I don't know, maybe you can't unsee it. The clasp is okay, so it's a solid meal clasp and it has a push button deployment buckle with fold over lock. But I do think that, we can do away with that fold over lock because this is kind of a dressy style watch. Well, yes, it's an everyday watch, but yeah, this in my opinion is slightly overkill. And yes, the lack of logo, it's kind of like, shows the lack of quality or maybe the lack of attention to detail. Yeah. This watch sits really nice on my 6-inch or 15.2 centimeters wrist. I am wearing this a little loose, like how one should wear a Jubilee bracelet. But again, it's really hot and humid here these days, so I want to have slightly breathable wrist, so I'm wearing it a little loose. On the overall, this watch is a great package. It's not perfect, but it's great. The linen dial is really gorgeous, and it will also not look overly flashy because you will have to get to a certain distance to be able to enjoy that linen dial. And the clasp sits kind of center at the back side of my wrist. Well, again, yeah, the lack of logo, it's a bit, a kind of a letdown, but I think it's due to the economy of scales. That's why Islander or Mark is keeping the same clasp for all the Islander watches. If you are looking to get a Seiko Sub 035, if you're still on hunt to get a Seiko Sub 035, I would say getting this is a much better alternative because the price of a Sub 035 is going higher and higher, and it is like in a way harder to find a good Sub 035 that comes at a decent price these days. So yes, if you're looking for a Sub 035, maybe this will be a better choice. With that said, I guess that's it for this video. If you're new to the channel, please help to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me a lot. And you can also follow me on my Instagram at gfw_watches for more watch pictures. Till then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe, take care, bye bye.